Welcome to the Surrey Experience.
Hey, you guys, what's going on? I was supposed to do this podcast a couple days ago, but I thought I'd let the heat die down a bit. Jesus Christ, dude. You make one little video and everyone's balls start flying. But yeah, welcome to the 43rd episode of the Surrey Experience. And before I get into it, I'm going to need everyone to chill the fuck out, all right? Hey, you in the back, settle the fuck down. Everything's going to be okay. Just relax. Fucking relax. God damn, man. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I made this stupid little video about a news report done by Global TV where they were basically like insinuating music is influencing kids to get into the gang life. And it it caused quite the shitstorm. I didn't realize how much of a hot button topic it was, you know. I had all these people wanting to like talk to me. People call me at night. It's like, dude, I just put on my jammies. You know what I mean? Can't this wait till the morning? I just literally smoked a joint and got into my blankie. I don't really want to talk about gangster shit right now. Yeah, I don't know, man. A bunch of assholes on Facebook have been like calling for my head too. Like, dude, you gotta understand. Whenever I release something on my page, like 20 people would listen to it. If I knew that many people were gonna watch that video, I wouldn't have called the mom chubby. You know? I wouldn't have fucking called ICBC a bunch of corporate cocksuckers. Actually, I probably would have said the ICBC one. I don't know, man. The thing that really pissed me off is no one argued my point. They just kept complaining about the language. Like, oh, he's swearing. My virgin ears can't handle it. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? Since when did everyone in our community turn into such a little bitch? You know? Jesus Christ, man. They're just words. Stewie swears on Family Guy all the time, and he's a fucking baby. I don't know, man. People need to just grow the fuck up. I'm swearing extra on this podcast, if you couldn't tell, just out of spite. But yeah, you see, kids, this is why you don't take selfies and post them all over the internet. Because if you ever happen to say some controversial shit, no one can do anything about it because they won't know what the fuck you look like. It's called strategy. So to all the assholes that want to punch me in the face, my name's, what's the most generic Surrey Jack name? Sonny Gill? Gary Gill? No, Paul Gill. I'm gonna go with Paul Gill. Yeah, my name is Paul Gill, and I'm 5'9". I have a beard and that stupid haircut to the side that every guy in Surrey has, and I'm always wearing a black hoodie, alright? So come and find me. Yeah, but it was all worth it, though, because I actually got a chance to meet the man, the myth, the legend himself, the soon-to-be greatest of all time, the Sidhu Moosewala. My dear friend DJ Intense was doing a video shoot with him, and he told me to come down. So me and my brother drove like all the way down to the video shoot, which took like an hour, and I talked to him for like 5 minutes, and then me and my brother drove all the way back. But it was totally worth it, man. He was like the nicest guy ever, soft-spoken, like super humble, just the downest guy ever, man. He actually saw that video I made, which kind of tripped me out. Normally, I would never ask anyone for a picture, but I totally fanboyed out and got a picture with them. And I'm thinking about getting it framed and getting it hung up over top of my bed. I'm dead serious, too. I was always like a huge Sidhu Moosewala fan, but after meeting him, I'm like ready to be like the president of the Sidhu Moosewala fan club. I'm calling it right now. What is it? 2018? By like 2025, he'll be getting like lifetime achievement awards. That's how hard he's going to kill it. He has a song coming out with the legendary DJ Intense too, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I don't know. I still can't believe I got a chance to meet that guy, man. That made my month. That whole day was awesome because I met him like Sunday morning, and then I went to my buddy's house for the Super Bowl. And yeah, man, it was a fucking great game. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't think they'd be able to beat the Pats, but they actually pulled it off. I gotta watch the game again, though, because honestly, I don't remember much after halftime. I started drinking way too early that day. But yeah, I had a blast on Super Bowl Sunday. My buddy always throws like a wild Super Bowl party. It's like a tradition now. And all the boys come down and we get as like shit-faced as humanly possible. We watch the game. We eat like fucking animals. And then we gamble like no tomorrow. It's honestly like my favorite day of the year. It's better than Christmas, better than New Year's, better than Valentine's Day, all that shit. Valentine's Day is like so overrated though. I mean, if you're a chick, it's probably awesome. But if you're a guy, it's just kind of like a pain in the ass. Hopefully my girlfriend ain't listening to this shit. Valentine's Day is coming up too, isn't it? That reminds me, I should probably go get my girl something. What's the date today? Oh, it's only the 8th? Oh, fuck it. I still got time. That's a next week problem. I'll figure it out. You know what pisses me off about Valentine's Day though? It's only like 6 weeks after Christmas. It should be on like April 14th or something, you know? That would make so much more sense. Spread it out a bit. Then they wonder why all these kids sell drugs. Like, all these fucking holidays back to back get really expensive, you know? I'm just kidding, dude. Relax. It was a fucking joke. Calm down. Jesus Christ, dude. Why is everyone so uptight this week? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so sick of talking about the whole thing, man. Everyone's just pointing fingers and no one's coming up with realistic solutions. Like, the public wants to point the finger at the cops. The cops want to point the finger at the parents. The parents want to point the finger at the music. I mean, everyone's just like pointing fingers, but no one wants to come up with the solution. And the solution's so simple. It would take me one day, not even one day, it would take me 1 hour to end all the violence that's going on in the lower mainland. All these kids getting into gangs and drug dealing, I could end it all with one move. And that move would be to legalize all drugs across the board. A to Z. Once you like legalize drugs, you take the power away from the criminals. There's a reason people don't sell alcohol on the black market. Because I could just go to the store and buy it. Same thing would happen with drugs. Not only would it put an end to drug dealing, you could tax the drugs. And that would boost the economy. All these deaths from fentanyl overdoses, they would end like that. Because all the drugs would be tested for fentanyl. There's a reason there's no fentanyl in the alcohol you buy from a liquor store. Because if there was, your family would sue the shit out of the liquor store you bought that alcohol from. Legalization would create checks and balances. Legalization would end all drug dealing for good. Legalization would cause a major boost to the economy. Look how strong the economy in Washington and Colorado is. And that's just from legalizing marijuana. Imagine we would legalize drugs all across the board and tax them. That would be like billions in tax revenue. We would create jobs. Legalization would keep people out of jail for non-violent crimes. If we legalize drugs, we could lay off all these like do-nothing, donut-eating cops too. I mean, we could kill like 5 birds with one stone. And before you write me off, just Google Portugal's drug laws, alright? And look at their statistics. Just Google it. That's your homework for the week. When you're at work and you got nothing to do, just Google Portugal drug laws. Research Portugal's drug laws since 2001 and look at all the statistics. Alright, I'm not just talking out of my ass. This is the best solution. The war on drugs is a failure. It's one of the biggest failures of all time. Why do we keep like running with all these same bullshit laws that do more harm than good? It's time we wake up, people. And this idea is supported by like a lot of prominent individuals. Like everyone's hero Jagmeet Singh, the second coming of Jesus, according to some of these dips. He's for the decriminalization of all drugs too. You don't believe me, do you? You know what? I'm going to play this little clip of Jagmeet Singh talking about decriminalizing drugs.
It's now time for another open debate. Candidates, you'll have 3 minutes in total to discuss the following. In 2001, Portugal legalized all drugs in an effort to deal with an overdose crisis. And some have advocated that Canada take the same approach, particularly in light of the upcoming legalization of marijuana. What's your view on this proposal?
I worked in the criminal justice system for a number of years, and I can tell you that people that are charged with personal possession offenses are often those who are poor, are often those who have mental health issues, and often those who are addicted. That does not sound to me like a criminal justice problem. That sounds to me like a social justice problem and a healthcare problem. I would call for the immediate decriminalization of all personal possession offenses when it comes to drugs, period. It's not acceptable in our country. It's something that doesn't actually help our country. And what it does is it criminalizes those that are already so worse off in society. It puts people who are already marginalized into a worse position. It doesn't help our society. And what we need to do immediately is to decriminalize and work towards harm reduction, supports, and rehabilitation.
What we need to be looking at, I worked with the homeless in Toronto in the 80s. And I got to say, I had such a deep gut hatred of addictions and what it did to people. But I've seen what fentanyl is doing, and we are being brought into completely uncharted territory. And they're not just dying in downtown Vancouver, they're dying in Surrey, they're dying in Kitsilano. I've been to funerals in my riding, and we need a new strategy. It's not just about having safe sites. We have to find a way to have access. I don't know if it's decriminalization or some kind of program to work with the addicts who are suffering, who can have safe access to drugs while putting the investments into other methods to get people off.
Charlie, the
these
question
addictions.
is the portion of the model. You're not actually answering the question. The question is, do you support the continued prosecution of people just because they have mental health issues? Do you support the continued prosecution of people because they're poor? Do you support the continued prosecution of people
No.
who are addicted?
No.
Then let's call for a move to decriminalize.
I will turn
all
it over
personal
to
possession.
I'll turn it over to Guy. We can talk later.
We can talk later. Just another fucking spineless politician. Jagmeet Singh bought it on that guy. But yeah, Jagmeet Singh's for the decriminalization of all drugs. But I think we should take it one step further. I think legalization would be the best solution. Because if we don't legalize drugs, people are going to sell them. Someone out there somewhere is going to sell them. There's too much money in it not to. It's as simple as that. And in a city like Surrey, where 90% of the population is Punjabi, it's most likely going to be some brown kids selling the drugs. And that's just a fact. So yeah, it's time to grow the fuck up, people. These little community initiatives and getting the cops to talk to the kids, none of that shit's gonna work. It hasn't worked for the last 30 years. It's just a way to show the public that people are kind of like half-ass trying. But it's all for nothing. It's never gonna work. It's a waste of time and money and resources. The only way to stop drug dealing once and for all is to legalize all drugs across the board. And if there's anyone out there that wants to debate me on this, good luck finding me. Unfortunately, drugs will probably never be legalized in our lifetime, though, because we live in such a like tuck me in, kiss me on the forehead society, you know? Look how long it took to get marijuana legalized. But yeah, I'm glad people are at least talking about it, though, you know? We need more people talking. It can't just be one moron with a nameless, faceless podcast. No one's gonna take what I say seriously, you know? We need the real influencers in the community to do it. You know, all like the DJs, all the musicians. It's like, dude, I don't feel like dancing right now. Just talk to me. Tell me some shit. All these fucking model chicks on Instagram, it's like, we get it. You're attractive. What else? Say something. Tell me something real. All these makeup chicks, it's like, dude, we get it. If you rub shit on someone's face, it'll make them less ugly. What else, man? Talk. There's got to be more to it than that. But what the fuck do I know? Okay, I think it's about time we switch gears here. I should probably get to the questions for the week. If you're new to my podcast, people send in their questions to the show, and I answer them to the best of my abilities. It's usually just like little kids who need advice on how to get laid. But there's no such thing as a stupid question on the Surrey Experience. So if you need advice, send in your questions to thesurreyexperience@gmail.com. It's totally anonymous. I never read anyone's name on the air, and I delete the email right after the show. All right. What else was I supposed to say? Oh yeah. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Surrey Experience. You could add me, but honestly, I avoid social media like the plagues. You're not really gonna be missing out on much. I usually only post when I like release an episode. I know I should be telling you to follow me, but yeah, I mean, I'm never on there, so I'll leave it up to you. All right. Hey, can I ask one of you Instagram nerds a question though? If someone adds me or follows me, sorry, am I supposed to like follow them back? Or is that like an invasion of someone's privacy? I don't know how it works. I'm never on Instagram, but I don't want people to think I'm a dick, you know? Can one of you Instagram nerds email me and let me know how it works? I would really appreciate it. Okay, anyways, okay, I'll get to the questions for the week. All right, first question. Do I have to pick one? Okay, hey, love laughing along to your podcast. So I'm in a little dilemma. I have two completely different guys in the picture and I'm not sure what to do. One's younger than me, great body, wants to be a professional athlete, not the smartest chicken in the hut, but that's always not a bad thing. The other is 9 years older than me, mature, has a great job, fucking sexy voice, but I'm pretty sure he wants to wife me. Like the majority of these brown guys when they mature up. It's like they start looking at you through your mom's eyes or some shit. This chick's hilarious. I'm 26, trying to start my own business, but right now I'm just a lawyer litigating construction disputes. Do I pick one for the sake? I kind of feel bad, but honestly not really, or not? Or should I just get rid of both of them if I can't pick between them. It's not really hard to find guys in 2018. I'm not ready to get married, and neither of these Nimrods smokes weed. The little one starts talking about mind, body, and wellness, and the old one just ignores my habit. What the hell would you do? All right, listen, you're in the prime of your life, man. You're 26 years old. You're starting your own business. The most important thing in your life, like your number one priority right now, should be making that business successful. Do I pick one for their sake? Like the way you're talking about these guys, it doesn't really seem like you're in love with either of them. So, it's like, why pick? I would just be straight up. Don't lead any of them on, but you don't have to pick. Just keep doing what you're doing. As long as you're not seeing either of them exclusively, then I mean, you're good to go, And yeah, the dumbest thing you could do right now is get married, especially if you're just starting a business. Being in a serious relationship is time consuming as fuck. A lot of the time and energy you should be devoting to your new business is going to go to that relationship. So if the older guy keeps trying to talk that marriage shit, I would definitely get rid of him. You don't have time for that shit. Not right now anyway. Your number one priority should be turning your business into a success. And with these guys, it's like, you're the woman, you have all the power. They're not going to turn you down. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would just take it day by day. You're 26 years old. You're in your prime. You're a brown girl, so you're probably very attractive. You know what's fucked up? I could actually see this chick's picture. Should I click on it? It's like Google Plus or something. Ah, fuck it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, dude, you're a total smoke show. You're not going to have any problems getting married, all right? So here's my advice. Put all your time and energy into your new business. Don't worry about guys right now. And when you're 29, then you figure it out. You'll have your business trending in the right direction by that time as well. You'll have guys lining up down the street for you, all right? So yeah, dude, just work hard, enjoy yourself. Everything's going to happen when it happens. You got nothing to worry about, all right? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one. All right, starting a podcast. Hey, bro, I'm 18 years old, and I've been listening to your podcast for a while now. I'm a huge fan, and you've actually inspired me to start my own podcast. I'm thinking about naming it The Fremont Experience, unless you don't want me to. Nah, dude, go ahead. I copied my name from the Jimi Hendrix Experience, so it's all good. I already know what I want the theme of my podcast to be, but what other advice can you give me? What's the most important part of doing a podcast? Is there anything I shouldn't do? I'd really appreciate your help. Thanks. The most important advice I can give is you want to make sure you buy a good mic, a really good quality mic. That's really important. Other than that, consistency is huge. Just keep banging them out. Don't ever stop. Your first couple might not be all that, but you just got to keep grinding it out. The first couple podcasts I did sucked ass, but you got to kind of figure it out as you go. But the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. If a moron like me can do it, you can do it. So good luck. Have fun. And yeah, email me back if you have any other problems. And send me the link when you release the first one so I can share it on my page or something. All right? Okay, I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to call it. Ex-girlfriend keyed my car. Hey, bro, I need your advice on something. I was dating this girl for about a year, but we've been broken up for a good 3 months now. I've made it very clear that I don't want to get back with her and have even declined her attempts to hook up for a booty call. Wow, good for you. Anyways, I've been seeing other girls now that I'm single. I guess someone must have told her about this because on the weekend she keyed my car really bad. I know for a fact it was her because it couldn't be anyone else. This girl is kind of crazy. That's why I broke up with her and never got back with her. I'm really pissed off, but I don't know what to do. This has been a pain in the ass for me, and a part of me wants to get her back, but the other part of me knows how psycho this chick is, so maybe I should just leave it? I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? Damn. Yeah, I mean, this chick's definitely a psychopath, so if you do anything, she's probably going to come back at you even harder. But I mean, you can't just let her get away with it. You can't just go around keying people's cars and nothing happened to you. It's just not just. Okay, so you know what? This is what you should do. Dude, I got it. I got the perfect way to get back at her. But you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to wait 3 months and then execute. Actually, you know what, dude? I'll send you a private email with what to do and when to do it. Normally I would tell you on the air, but I got enough people pissed off at me right now. So I'll send you like a private step-by-step guide on how to get this chick back. And it's not going to be anything too harsh, all right? Before all you fucking feminists start freaking out. It's just going to be a really big pain in the ass for her like it was for you. And it'll be the perfect revenge, dude. It'll be like a major inconvenience to her. I'll email you right after I wrap up here, all right? Okay, so yeah, that's going to do it for the podcast. I want to thank everyone for listening to this show. Before I go, if you're new to this, you can find the Surrey Experience podcast on all major podcast platforms like iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. I fucked up with SoundCloud because I got the package that only lets you post like a certain amount of hours, and the unlimited one's only like $5 more. So I got to upgrade that. I should actually note that down. Stop being a cheap fuck. Hashtag SoundCloud. And yeah, we're on YouTube, Facebook, all that bullshit, all right? And if you're new to my podcast, just for some context, when I started this podcast, it was intended for my little brothers in Surrey, all right? Just so I can communicate with them and let them know it's okay if you smoke weed from time to time. It's not that bad for you. Not only is it not bad for you, it actually has some positive benefits. Your teachers have been bullshitting you your whole life. I started this podcast to let my little brothers know that you're not supposed to get married in your early 20s. That's like literally one of the stupidest things you can ever do. Your parents and your family are bullshitting you. If you don't believe me, just go ask any Punjabi guy who got married young. Just make sure his wife ain't around when you ask him though. I started this podcast to let my little brothers know that it's okay to get shit-faced once in a while. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's okay to hang out with the same guys from high school. You know, it's okay to be a fan of Ed Sheeran's music. It doesn't mean you're gay. It means you're not a hater. But most importantly, I started this podcast to let my little brothers from Surrey know that it's okay to be proud of who you are and where you come from. You're supposed to do that. They try to take that away from you. The media and everyone in our society tries to make it out like there's something wrong with being like a Surrey guy. And a lot of people just go along with it because the majority of people are fucking sheep. They just follow the herd. That's why I started this podcast. Just to let all my little brothers know that you should be proud of who you are and where you come from. When a chick asks you what city you're from, you should put your shoulders up and tell her you're from Surrey. If she walks away, then fuck her. It's her loss. So yeah, the language might be a little harsh, and some of the content might be a little out there, but that's who this podcast is intended for. So if you're like some pregnant chick from Alberta, or some like politically correct douchebag from Williams Lake, then you should probably listen to something else, alright? There's a million other fucking podcasts out there. I know in this day and age, it's all about getting as many followers and subscribers as humanly possible, but I don't give a shit about that. I'm not in this for the money or the fame. The main reason this podcast exists is to make sure that all my little brothers wait until they're in their 30s to get married. This is the Surrey Experience, episode 43. I want to thank everyone for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week.